If one is willing to make the 5-hour journey to Maskeliya, you will surely be rewarded by some amazing vistas of mountains, tea plantations and waterscapes. Once you leave Colombo and head on the A7 highway, you will find the weather getting noticeably cooler. The winding but scenic mountainside road will have you constantly climbing and gaining altitude. After leaving the A7 road, you would then be on the Norton Bridge Road. While traversing this rather winding road, onto your right you would see a mountainous outcrop, undulating and rising. This is the famed Seven Virgin Hills and is a great location for hiking. It is also unfortunately famed as the site for the tragic Martin crash in which all passengers lost their lives. Finally, passing the Norton Bridge, it's onward to the Maskeliya area. The Maskeliya area has 3 significant factors contributing to the economy. The largest reservoirs in the country can be found here as a part of the Laxapana hydropower complex. They generate a significant amount of clean, renewable power for the country. Just adjacent to the Maskeliya area is the Castlereagh reservoir and dam. This gravity dam is built across the Kehelgamu Oya, a major tributary of the Kalani River. This dam creates the scenic Castlereagh reservoir, and water is diverted and used for electricity generation at the Norton Bridge Dam. The water from here is again channeled through penstocks and used downstream at the old Laxapana hydroelectric power station. Through the Maskeliya Dam, the Maskeliya reservoir trapping the water from the Maskeli Oya channels it via penstocks to the Canyon hydroelectric power station. The water is again utilized further downstream by the Canyon Dam and the Laxapana power station just upstream of the Laxapana Falls. The Maskeliya reservoir was initially created at the cost of submerging the old Maskeliya town and losing some vital tea slopes. Due to the tea cultivation land lost, the government agreed to replanting 125 acres of virgin soil. However, the relevance of these important water bodies and their contribution to water supply as well as power generation would be missed by the masses, making their way to the most famous mountain in Sri Lanka. The mountain of Sri Padaya is a location revered by all religions and is situated just off the Maskeliya area. This peak is visited annually by around 2 million pilgrims. While there are 6 ascent paths and several starting nodes, the Nallathanni starting point, northeast of the mountain, is one of the most popular trails to reach the summit. The Nallathanni location is adjacent to the Maskeliya reservoir and is surrounded by tea fields. The Maskeliya reservoir and area form a magnificent backdrop and terrain to produce some of the best teas Sri Lanka has to offer. The terroir and elevation, which is around 1200-2400 meters, combined with unique elements of cool air and ideal rainfall, set it up for producing some of the most sought after high elevation tea. There are numerous tea estates and factories around the Maskeli reservoir, mostly subleased by the government to regional plantation companies. However, there are a few private tea estates as well. These estates bear names which have come down from the era of British occupation, who were at the inception of setting up these plantations. The landscape is a beautiful mix of lush tea gardens, cascading waterfalls, all set against the imposing body of water, which is the Maskeli reservoir. While the infrastructure around the area is rudimentary, the tourist does have a few options in terms of accommodation. And if willing to brave the winding roads, weather and climbs, will be rewarded by terrain and landscapes like no other in Sri Lanka.